Hey guys, what's going on? I got a whole bunch of Marvel Dice Masters Avengers vs. X-Men. This is the first set of Marvel vs. Dice Masters. I got a whole bunch of them from one of my friends who distributes games. I got 30, which is half of a box. So I'm going to crack them and talk about the cards that we find inside and the dice and such. So that should be fun. My friend bought the other half of this box. The box normally comes with 60. I have 30 of the cards. And he hasn't texted me and said, oh, I got the super rare out of the box, so maybe we'll be able to find a super rare in this one. So I'm going to open them up, talk about the dice, and look at the packs. If anybody has any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. These are the first packs I've opened of this, so this is pretty exciting. So the dice we have in here are Loki and Silver Surfer. Got to make sure to recognize them by the dice. So we have the common Silver Surfer and the common Loki. So a couple commons per pack. Good times. I was hoping that when the game came out that it wasn't going to be two commons in a pack. I thought it was going to be 50% commons, like each pack was going to have one common in it, but it is what it is. The main thing I'm excited about is the dice, so the more dice, the merrier. All right, let's see what we get in the next one. Mr. Fantastic and Ghost Rider. Cool, so this is the really low-cost Ghost Rider. Like, he only costs 2, but his stats are pretty high altogether. He's pretty cool because he doesn't have an actual special ability, but his fielding cost is kind of expensive, so we'll see if he sees any play. And this Mr. Fantastic gets +1 attack and +1 defense while blocking. Pretty cool. And he has a global ability, Pay, Mask, target character must attack this turn, so he can force your guys to attack him, and hopefully with the extra attack and defense, he'll be able to kill him off. So we'll put these in rarity, so all common so far. All right. So we have War Machine and Nova. So first uncommon, Nova. The first time Nova takes damage each turn, you may redirect that damage to one target character. Awesome. And then War Machine's cool because he has a global ability that if your shield character damages your opponent, you can pay the shield to gain 1 life. So he's a sort of like a lifelinker guy. It looks like I got 2 Wolverines. Awesome. Cool. So here's the super rare Wolverine. So this is the one that when he attacks alone, he can't be blocked. So that's kind of cool. He costs 6, so it costs a little bit more to get out, but I mean his lowest value is 5 for attack, so you can be hitting him for damage, especially if you get the 8. Swinging in, making it count. The fact that there was 2 Wolverines in that pack, I got the common Wolverine and the super rare, that's really good because that basically is like having 2 super rare Wolverines. All right. And then Cyclops and Nightcrawler. So uncommon Nightcrawler and a Cyclops. These are pretty cool guys. And we got common Phoenix and comic Vibranium Shield. Tons of fun. All right. And we're getting all the actions here. Here is the rare of Thor's Hammer, Mjolnir, and common Dr. Octopus. Cool. So the cool thing about Dr. Octopus is when he attacks, you can choose a character and the character can't block. So if they only have one character, he can basically swing through for free. And the rare Mjolnir, it deals 4 damage to characters that aren't Thor, and then you can deal 5 damage instead if you roll a 5 or 6. So it's pretty cool. Or you roll the 2 highest facings on the die. Iron Man And another Phoenix. Awesome. So this is the uncommon Iron Man, so the rest of the Iron Mans come in the actual starter set. And we got the common Phoenix. Awesome. And it looks like 2 Doctor Dooms. Awesome. I got this Doctor Doom. I wanted to talk about him. So common Doctor Doom. The uncommon Doctor Doom has a global ability that if you have a villain fielded, you can pay shield to give target character -1 attack and -1 defense, knock out those with 0 defense. So you have to have a villain fielded, and both characters can do that, or both players can do this because that's how the globals work. But it's basically like a kill spell for whenever you get shields. And so if you have like 2 shields, if you're playing like a shield team, you could use this to be giving your opponents negative on their characters, and if they ever have 0 defense, you knock them out. So it's really good to be able to kill off sidekicks, because if I got 2 shields, I could kill off 2 sidekicks with just his ability. But I have to have a villain in the field. So I'm really excited that I got this Doctor Doom, and this is Doctor Doom Nemesis, the uncommon. So it's cool to see like some of the uncommon cards are like really cool and like are actually really usable in the game. And there's some of the commons that are really good. Punisher and Angel. Angel cannot be blocked by a character of lower level. That's pretty cool, because like if you get him to level 2, sidekicks can't block him. If you get him to his level 3, I mean, if they don't have another level 3, he's going to get through, and he's going to do at least 3 damage. 3 damage isn't a ton, but he only costs 3, so I mean, you know, and that's the common, so seems like he's pretty cool. And Punisher. All the Mystiques. It's kind of interesting how they have 2 of the same character in some of these. It's kind of cool because it's like I got the common and the uncommon of Mystique, and I got 2 of the dice, and so it's like I have 2 copies of each of these cards. That's one of the cool things about Marvel Dice Masters is if I want to play this Mystique, I have 2 Mystiques. If I want to play this Mystique, I have 2 Mystiques. So it's not like you have to get a play set of the card, you just have to get a play set of the dice and just one of the cards. So it makes collecting it a little bit easier, I feel like, or at least from a trying to play it standpoint. Awesome. Green Goblin and Silver Surfer. Common Green Goblin. I really like this one a lot. While Green Goblin is active, your sidekick characters get +1 attack and +1 defense. And he only costs 3. And so this guy's a villain, so he would work really good with that Doctor Doom that I have, even though he's not a shield character, because he triggers all the shield stuff. But he's a cheap villain that you can get out and have him out to be able to give your sidekicks more strength. And if you end up having Captain America, the one that gives your sidekicks +1 attack and +1 defense, that's really cool too, because you can combo those together and have 3 sidekicks. And he's also a common. I'm really excited about having him. Good times. All right, next pack. Mystiques and Silver Surfer. More commons. Meh. I've already pulled the super rare Wolverine. I don't think I'm going to find another super rare, but you never know. Angel. Angel cannot be blocked by a lower level. Doctor Doom. Uncommon. Cool. I just like the way the dice look for this game. It's so awesome. Alright. Ooh, another Doctor Doom. I'm just glad to have multiples. So the common Doctor Doom, while he's active, each non-villain character gets -1 attack and -1 defense. So I wonder if the same applies on this card. While Doctor Doom is active, non-villain characters get +1 attack or -1 attack and -1 defense. I wonder if the same applies with this Doctor Doom as far as when they reach 0, because this would make it so they can't even field sidekicks unless they can get them stronger. I would have to ask a ruling on that one. And the uncommon Captain America is really cool because he makes your sidekicks +2 attack, and it makes your opponents pay extra energy to field him. Alright, Professor X and Nightcrawler. Uncommon Nightcrawler, common Professor X. So my friends were opening booster boxes last night. Ooh, another Green Goblin. Stoked about that. What's the rare one? You can pay a bolt to knock out one of your sidekick characters to deal 2 damage to target character. So that's kind of cool. If you have a bunch of bolts, you can kill off your sidekicks to knock out your opponents. And another Ghost Rider. Vibranium Shield and Mr. Fantastic. Ooh. My warped cards are falling over a little bit. So those things are pictures where people just press these under like a book and it'll straighten them out pretty good. I'm not going to complain when you get 2 cards and 2 dice for $1. Yep, thank you, WizKids. Yes, another Green Goblin. That's another one of the commons, but I'm still glad to have multiples of the die because I like Green Goblin. I'm a fan. And the common Mjolnir. Another Wolverine to go with my super rare. I got the common Wolverine. When he attacks alone, spin down a character 1 level. And then the rare Punisher. Black Widow common and Ghost Rider uncommon. Another Green Goblin. There we go. I'm getting to the point where I'm almost having Green Goblin trade fodder. And then the uncommon Hulk to round out the starter set on the Hulk sleeve. Deadpool and Nightcrawler. So these are both common. Nightcrawler cannot be blocked by non-mass characters. That one seems pretty good because if you roll his level 3, he's got 5 attack, and if they're not playing with a lot of mass characters, they're just not going to be able to block this guy. Not too bad. And that's the common, so yeah. Next, another Mystique and another Mjolnir. So it's the rare Mystique. Mystique is an interesting character because all of her faces have 1 attack and 1 defense, but she's always a lot different depending on what characters your opponent has, because she's copying people and all kinds of stuff. So it would definitely be interesting to see if people can figure out a way to just make Mystique like own it. All right, Rogue and Loki. Uncommon Rogue and the common Loki. Some more villains. Villainous. And there's the uncommon Thor and the common Doctor Strange. Another Nova, common Nova, and common Nightcrawler. But I like that common Nightcrawler. Nova and Dr. Octopus. Common and uncommon. Alright, 2 more packs. Alright. We have Colossus and the Thing. I don't think I've seen 1 Hawkeye yet. I would like to pull a Hawkeye. I only have 1 pack left. I even would just like the common Hawkeye. That'd be cool. Let's see what we got. Ooh, Hawkeye! But it is the uncommon Hawkeye. Spin a character's damage. Spin a character damaged by Hawkeye to level 1. Spin characters. Yeah, see, that's a time when I would rather have the common than the uncommon. That's kind of crazy. And then the common Vibranium Shield. So this is what half of a box of Dice Masters looks like. And I'm pretty excited because I got the super rare out of the box. And I got, for rares, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So normally there's 10 rares in a box. So I'm guessing my friend got the other rare, but I got the super rare, so I'm not going to complain too much. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily matter that much. I mean, there's some good super rares out there. Like the Green Goblin super rare is really good, and the Black Widow is really good, and Wolverine's not bad at all. But there's good cards in all the rarities. So it just depends on what kind of strategy you're trying to do, what's trying to go on. I wasn't able to get an actual starter set for myself. So what I've done is I have a card that I've made up here, and I'm just using these, which are basically the same size. They're like Warhammer 40k dice, and I'm just going to use those as my sidekicks. I won't be able to play with basic actions until after I get those, but this is the sort of thing you could do so that if you can't find a starter set, you'd still be able to play the game if you really wanted to. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like this video. And also tell me how your Dice Masters games are going, or how your hunt for starter sets is going. And hopefully we can all find it. WizKids says they're working hard on trying to get them out to everyone. But that's Marvel Dice Masters. Now trying to set these under some books and see what we can do. Thanks, guys. Peace.